Welcome to African Women in Decentralized Finance Faucet. In Africa, women play a critical role in driving social progress. They not only manage households, but also contribute significantly to economic activities, often in informal sectors. Despite their invaluable contributions, over 60% of women remain unbanked, facing obstacles in accessing financial tools and resources. Women are the custodians of One Health, a concept that recognizes the interconnectedness of human, animal, and environmental health. For a baby to be born healthy, the mother's well-being is pivotal. Financial empowerment becomes a catalyst for this well-being, enabling women to afford nutritious diets, access healthcare services, and create an environment conducive to a healthy pregnancy and upbringing. Empowering women financially is a crucial step in disease prevention. With resources at their disposal, women can invest in better animal health care, improved cooking facilities, and hygienic practices, reducing the risk of disease. Financially empowered women can also invest in better sanitation, cleaner water sources, and improved housing conditions. This not only enhances immediate living conditions, but also contributes to long-term environmental sustainability and community health. Financial empowerment opens doors to education for women and their children. With access to resources, women can ensure their children receive quality education, breaking generational cycles of poverty and fostering a more prosperous society. Join us every Tuesday for our Learn to Earn sessions, where we empower women through DeFi, providing them with the tools and knowledge to transform their financial futures. Empowering women, transforming communities. Together, we can make a difference. Join our Learn to Earn programs every Tuesday. Check our website.
Try the new nice and loud.
In informal sectors. Despite their invaluable contributions, over 60% of women remain unbanked, facing obstacles in accessing financial tools and resources. Women are the custodians of One Health, a concept that recognizes the interconnectedness of human, animal, and environmental health. For a baby to be born healthy, the mother's well-being is pivotal. Financial empowerment becomes a catalyst for this well-being, enabling women to afford nutritious diets, access healthcare services, and create an environment conducive to a healthy pregnancy and upbringing. Empowering women financially is a crucial step in disease prevention. With resources at their disposal, women can invest in better animal health care, improved cooking facilities, and hygienic practices, reducing the risk of disease. Financially empowered women can also invest in better sanitation, cleaner water sources, and improved housing conditions. This not only enhances immediate living conditions, but also contributes to long-term environmental sustainability and community health. Financial empowerment opens doors to education for women and their children. With access to resources, women can ensure their children receive quality education, breaking generational cycles of poverty and fostering a more prosperous society. Join us every Tuesday for our Learn to Earn sessions, where we empower women through DeFi, providing them with the tools and knowledge to transform their financial futures. Empowering women, transforming communities. Together, we can make a difference. Join our Learn to Earn programs every Tuesday. Check our website. Welcome to African Women in Decentralized Finance Faucet. In Africa, women play a critical role in driving social progress. They not only manage households, but also contribute significantly to economic activities, often in informal sectors. Despite their invaluable contributions, over 60% of women remain unbanked, facing obstacles in accessing financial tools and resources. Women are the custodians of One Health, a concept that recognizes the interconnectedness of human, animal, and environmental health. For a baby to be born healthy, the mother's well-being is pivotal. Financial empowerment becomes a catalyst for this well-being, enabling women to afford nutritious diets, access healthcare services, and create an environment conducive to a healthy pregnancy and upbringing. Empowering women financially is a crucial step in disease prevention. With resources at their disposal, women can invest in better animal health care, improved cooking facilities, and hygienic practices, reducing the risk of disease. Financially empowered women can also invest in better sanitation, cleaner water sources, and improved housing conditions. This not only enhances immediate living conditions, but also contributes to long-term environmental sustainability and community health. Financial empowerment opens doors to education for women and their children. With access to resources, women can ensure their children receive quality education, breaking generational cycles of poverty and fostering a more prosperous society. Join us every Tuesday for our Learn to Earn sessions, where we empower women through DeFi, providing them with the tools and knowledge to transform their financial futures. Empowering women, transforming communities. Together, we can make a difference. Join our Learn to Earn programs every Tuesday. Check our website. Welcome to African Women in Decentralized Finance Faucet. In Africa, women play a critical role in driving social progress. They not only manage households, but also contribute significantly to economic activities, often in informal sectors. Despite their invaluable contributions, over 60% of women remain unbanked, facing obstacles in accessing financial tools and resources. Women are the custodians of One Health, a concept that recognizes the interconnectedness of human, animal, and environmental health. For a baby to be born healthy, the mother's well-being is pivotal. Financial empowerment becomes a catalyst for this well-being, enabling women to afford nutritious diets, access healthcare services, and create an environment conducive to a healthy pregnancy and upbringing. Empowering women financially is a crucial step in disease prevention. With resources at their disposal, women can invest in better animal health care, improved cooking facilities, and hygienic practices, reducing the risk of disease. Financially empowered women can also invest in better sanitation, cleaner water sources, and improved housing conditions. This not only enhances immediate living conditions, but also contributes to long-term environmental sustainability and community health.
Okay, I think I'll uh, good evening everyone. Yeah, I think it's already time, so I'll start. So thank you all for joining us today. This being our third session of Court 2. Yeah, thank you for joining us this meeting. So today we'll be looking at, our topic for today will be identifying public goods for women in One Health context. And the research will focus on the definition and characteristic of public goods, specifically beneficial to women within the One Health framework. And also we look at the example of public goods relevant to
We lost. we lost
okay, sorry. Hello, can you hear me?
Now come back. Yeah, now we hear you. We had lost you for some minutes.
Okay, sorry, network issue. So as I was saying, today's topic will be identifying public goods for women in the One Health context, and the research will focus on the definition and characteristic of public goods specifically beneficial to women within the One Health framework. And also we'll be looking at the examples of public goods relevant to African women's health, animal health, and environmental health. And also we'll be looking at conducting a needs assessment to identifying priority areas for women's health within One Health. So, and also we'll be discussing on how DeFi solution can address these public goods needs for women in the One Health context. So with that, I would like to take you through our agenda for today. First, we'll have our topic presentation by Matthew Kipkorir, who will take us through our today's topic. And then after that, we'll have the additional notes and comments by our Actuate CEO, Dr. Masharia Waruingi. And then after Dr. Masharia, we'll have the interactive question and answer session between members. So remember, this is a safe space. You are free to give out your opinion, comment, and also ask questions. So you can use the raising hand or send your message to the chat box. And then after that, we'll have presentation of Actuate Pre-Boston Summit and Sponsorship Challenge by Diana Mondi, and then I'll do the closing remarks. So once again, thank you everyone for joining our today's session. I hope you'll find this session more enjoyable. So yeah, thank you. So with that, allow me to welcome Matthew to give us his presentation. Matthew, you are welcome.
Thank you, Dolphin. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Marley.
Yes, being being 23rd July of 2024, I have analyzed whatever you've been told by Dolphin, and one of the first of this topic was identifying public goods for women in the One Health context. Under this, we will go to dwell on definitions and characteristics. So definitions and characteristics of public good specifically beneficially to women within the One Health framework. And what we are going also to discuss about what are these public goods. So public goods are commodities or services that are, one, non-excludable. It is not possible to prevent individuals from accessing the good. Number two, non-rivalrous. One individual's use of the good does not reduce its availability to others. Examples are clean air, public parks, and national defense. Characteristics of public goods beneficial to women in the One Health framework. The One Health framework recognizes the interconnectedness of human, animal, and environmental health. Public goods beneficial to women within this framework include access to clean water and sanitation. Clean water is crucial for women's health, reducing the risk of waterborne diseases. Proper sanitation facilities can reduce the burden of diseases and improve menstrual hygiene management. Number two, we have the healthcare services. Comprehensive healthcare services that address women's specific health needs, including maternal health, reproductive health, and access to vaccine. Number three, we have the educational and information. Health education and information dissemination focused on women can empower them with knowledge about disease prevention, nutrition, and healthy lifestyles. Number four, we have the environmental health initiatives. Programs aimed at reducing pollution and improving air quality benefits women's respiratory health. Sustainable agricultural practices can ensure food security and nutrition. Number five, we have the vector control programs. Initiatives to control disease Vectors like mosquitoes can significantly reduce diseases like malaria and Zika virus, which have specific impacts on women, especially during pregnancy. Number six, we have the access to veterinary services, ensuring women, especially those in rural areas, have access to veterinary services helps protect their livelihoods and food sources. Number seven, we have the research and development. Investment in research focused on diseases that disproportionately affect women or on developing gender sensitive health interventions. Then we have the examples of public goods relevant to African women's health, animal health, and environmental health. Among the women health, we have the maternal and reproductive health services, health educational programs, vaccination programs, and yeah. Coming to animal health, we have the veterinary services, disease surveillance and control program, animal vaccination programs. Then we have the environmental health, clean water and sanitation projects, waste management programs, reforestation and conservation projects, air quality improvement initiatives. Then conducting a needs assessment to identifying priority areas for women's health within one health. A need assessment is a systematic process used to identify and prioritize areas of need within a specific population. When focused on women's health within the One Health framework, the assessment should consider the interconnected aspects of human, animal, and environmental health. Steps to be involved while conducting a needs assessment to identify priority areas for women's health within One Health. Number one, we have the define objectives. Clearly outline the purpose of the needs assessment. Number two, we have the engage stakeholders. Involve a diverse group of stakeholders, include healthcare providers, veterinarians, environmental scientists, community leaders, and women's advocacy groups. Ensure women's voices are heard and their specific health concerns are addressed. Point number three, the data collection and identify key health indicators. Use surveys and interviews to gather data on women's health, animal health, and environmental conditions. Focus on indicators like maternal health, diseases prevalence, and environmental hazards. Number four, we have the analyze data and prioritize needs. Analyze data to identify patterns and disparities affecting women. Prioritize needs based on urgency, health impact, and feasibility. Point number five, develop recommendation and report findings. Formulate recommendations addressing women's health within the One Health context. Compile findings into a report for stakeholders, policymakers, and community. Point number six, implement and monitor interventions. Develop and implement a plan based on recommendations, ensuring continuous monitoring and evaluation to adjust strategies for improving women's health. Then our last topic, we are going to discuss on how decentralized finance solution can address these public goods needs for women in the One Health context. Number one, access to financial services. Decentralized finance platforms can offer microloans and savings accounts to women in underserved communities, enabling them to invest in health, sanitation, and animal care. By bypassing traditional banking systems, women can access capital for health-related expenses, such as medical treatments or clean water initiatives. Point number two, health insurance. DeFi can facilitate community-based health insurance schemes using smart contracts. Women can pool funds to create a decentralized insurance fund, providing coverage for health emergencies, maternal care, and zoonotic diseases treatment. Smart contracts ensure transparency and fair distribution of funds. Point number 3, transparent funding for health projects. DeFi platforms can enable transparent crowdfu- crowdfunding for health and environmental projects. Women-led initiatives can raise funds for clean water projects, healthcare facilities, and environmental conservation efforts. Blockchain technology can ensure accountability and transferability of donations. Point number 4, incentive health behaviors. DeFi can use token incentive to promote healthy behaviors. Women participating in health education programs, vaccination drives, or environmental conservation activities can earn tokens. These tokens can be redeemed for health services, veterinary care, or other essential services. Point number 5, supply chain transparency. Blockchain technology can enhance the traceability of health and veterinary supplies. Women can track the origin and quality of medicine, vaccines, and animal feed, ensuring they receive genuine and effective products. This transparency helps build trust and improves health outcomes. Our last point, which is number 6, collaborative platforms. DeFi can facilitate decentralized networks where women, healthcare providers, veterinarians, and environmental experts collaborate. These platforms can share resources, knowledge, and best practices, enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of One Health initiatives. That marks the end of today's Women in DeFi class. Not even class, sorry. Whatever I have prepared. So back to you, Dolphin.
Okay, thank you so much, Matthew, for that presentation. Thank you for taking us through our today's topic. Yeah, so we have seen that Matthew has clearly elaborated for us that public goods within the One Health context for women include essential resources and services like clean water, vaccination programs, healthcare access, and mental health services. So these goods are vital for promoting women's health and well-being, and their benefits extend to animal and environmental health. So we have also seen conducting needs assessments help identify priority areas and gaps in services, ensuring targeted and effective intervention. So also Matthew has taken us through decentralized finance solution offer, promising avenues to address these needs by providing funding, improving access, enhancing transparency, empowering women, and facilitating collaboration. By leveraging DeFi, we can create sustainable and inclusive public goods that significantly improve health outcomes for women in the One Health framework. So thank you, Matthew, once again for such a nice presentation. So with that, I would like to welcome the CEO of Actuate Biomedicine, Dr. Macharia Waruingi, to give us his additional points and notes regarding the topic. Meanwhile, you can still be sending your questions, and if you have any additional points you like to comment, kindly feel free to do so. So with that, Daktari, you are welcome.
Oh, thank you, Dolphin. Just confirm whether you can hear me or am I just talking to myself? Can you hear me,
Yeah,
Jocelyn? All right.
yeah, I
Good.
can hear you.
That is good. Wow. And so we in a very, very hot topic called public goods. Thanks so much, Matthew Kipkuril, for teaching us this. This word public good is something that people in most countries of the world have not understood what is public good. See? Because people, when they have things that are publicly that they rely upon together, the way human beings, the human mind is made is they want to make everything private so that you can say you own it. See? That is why you get cabinet ministers and MPs when they are elected in Kenya and in other countries. Instead of investing in public good, they want to take all that money for themselves. Money that is meant for public goods, public work. And that is not just those Kenyans, that's called a human condition. Human condition, the way we are made as human beings, of course, we are talking about the fallen human, the fallen human. That's the man, the one who fell down from heaven and is on this earth walking around. He wants to privatize everything. Imagine those guys, the human being, he was made and given everything in a place called Garden of Eden. And then instead of just sitting there and enjoying everything, they want to privatize everything. Because first of all, they say, we want to know what is good, what is evil. So we start creating divisions. We want to privatize. They even want to privatize the trees over there, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And so that human conditions emerges from that. I think the Adam's syndrome. Yeah, the original sin. So the failure to distinguish what is private good and public good is what is the original sin of mankind. And that's what you can see is the problem when people get employed in the government. They forget the government. The job of the government is to cater to public good. Government is not a private company, it's a public organization. And so, but you see people working in governments, they're always thinking about how they are going to stuff their pockets with money. And then instead of putting that money or allocating it to projects of public good projects. And that's, you find that public good projects, which means projects which are going to benefit the entire community instead of one person, like roads, water, clean water, education. You find that they want to pocket the money. Yeah, so roads are full of potholes, teachers are not paid, doctors are not paid. That because we do not understand what is public goods. Public goods are very, very important because it is by our own understanding of public good that is how we know the degree of a development of a civilization. How civilized people are. People who cannot understand public good, you could say they're uncivilized, even if they live in what's called developed countries. Because if I can find a place where people have a lot of money, but then everybody has got a beautiful house, very private place for themselves, but then there's no road to get that house because the road is used by everybody. They cannot build a road together, but they have money to build their own personal houses, private houses. So the problem that emerges when people do not understand public good, and because up to today, by the way, up to this, not today, up to the maybe 2008, when Satoshi Nakamoto gave us the blockchain, we did not know how to automate investment in public good. Yeah, that's why everybody is private, wants to be private. And you can have people can be building very high cost houses without road. The road network is full of potholes. For example, when I visited Runda Estate in Nairobi, some parts of Runda has such huge potholes. You cannot imagine. People have beautiful houses in Runda, but then to get to a house, you have to go through massive potholes. In fact, your car enters into a pothole, a man may not even get out of that pot. What's the point of living in Runda in a very expensive house, and the road to your house is full of potholes? Same thing with places like Karen, Nairobi. So you have people living in Karen with very, very exotic houses. But then the roads to those houses, including the roads to Mr. Ruto's house, because Ruto used to live in Karen Harding, around there, road is full of potholes. Yeah, public good. And then there's no access to clinical services. That if you want to get clinical care, you cannot get even the current police station itself, not having money. So what is the problem? What problem emerges when you have people wanting to sequester all the money in their pockets and they leave the rest of the place without funding the public, what they call the public. So all money is private money, and there is no public money, public good. Because even you have private schools with the private schools, for you to get there, you have to pay a lot of money. But the public schools have no money. Why? So that you have all these guys, everybody now wants to take their kids to a private school, but even if they can't afford it. See? That is a problem. That's called tragedy of the common. Whoever heard of that system archetype known as tragedy of the commons? Tragedy of the commons. Tragedy of the commons. Common is what is public. Tragedy of the commons. That's a system archetype that was described well by Peter Senge in his book, The Fifth Discipline, The Art and Practice of the Learning Organization, published in 1990. The tragedy of the commons, one of the system archetype. So when people do not comprehend public good, they end up in a place called tragedy of the commons. The commons is the things that we should be owning, all of us together. Things like clean air, clean water, education, hospitals. But because we do not understand the commons, then we want to have everything private. The commons ends up in limbo, like in hell. I mean, the most extreme case of the tragedy of the commons I found was in Niger Delta in Nigeria. Niger Delta is so rich with mineral resources, from petroleum to all kinds of minerals you can think of. And if that place has a lot of money, they drill petroleum like they have more petroleum than petroleum coming from the Middle East. Because Niger Delta is the third largest exporter of petroleum to the United States. And yet that place is populated by masses of poor people. The roads have much worse potholes than the one you've ever seen. And then you have people there who own those, who are in the petroleum business, Nigerians themselves, who have got palatial homes, very exotic houses you only see in movies. And because they do not want to drive on those roads, everybody has got a small helicopter. And there's some people who even get a small airstrip just to land at your house, and then you can take off from there, small airstrips. So why? And see, because nobody wants to participate in the public good. Everybody has private. Everything is private. So, but the private is only accessible to a small group of people. So that extreme private good creates a tragedy of the commons. So the commons there in Nigeria, things like healthcare, education, road networks, water, nothing works. And so you can have one house built on maybe about 10 acres of land. It's a palace with an airstrip, and that's it. The rest of the place is full of poor people everywhere. So that creates that's called tragedy of the commons. Tragedy of the commons system archetype that is very common, that's pervasive because of that human condition. People wanting to own things for themselves. It's called self-interest, selfish interest. But that was happening in the old economy, that's called traditional finance economy, because there was no technology for enabling people to understand how they can still act as if they are private, work as if they are private, enjoy their own private sense, but still then participate at the same time, participate in public good financing. You see? That you can have the two at the same time, that you do not have, even if you want to steal all the money in, say, like in Niger Delta, all the money from petroleum mining and build a palace for yourself, then you can still also contribute in building the road networks and hospitals, even when you're doing that. That was not possible until the invention of the blockchain. So blockchain helps to bring those two seemingly contradictory positions together and makes them work together. Okay? To create now a new types of common where instead of it being a tragedy of the common becomes what? Becomes a festival of the commons. Okay? Blockchain is the technology that ushers us away from the tragedy of the commons to festival of the commons. How does blockchain do that? Through the public good funding projects, like retroactive public good financing projects. Retroactive, meaning that, and what makes that happen? You can now unpack that statement, retroactive public good funding projects. If you have public good projects that are that needs financing, such as access to clean water for sanitation, access to roads, access to hospitals, funding education, schools, and all that. In the traditional finance system, if you give money to building a hospital, that money goes to that hospital and stays there forever. It's consumed by the hospital. Okay? But in the blockchain, in the retroactive public good funding project, if you give money to building a hospital, you also receive tokens in return for giving that money to building a hospital. So you receive tokens in return. When you receive those tokens in return, tokens and the money is available for building the hospital, but you have received tokens that are on the blockchain, and tokens themselves are liquid. So tokens are also money, but see, before the token economics, it was not possible to get that thing called tokens that now are going to help you continue having private money in form of tokens and now fund public good projects at the same time. See that? So the tokens on the blockchain help you now if you have a lot of money and you want to be always creating your own palatial home with an airstrip. You can give money to a healthcare project, and the people who are making that healthcare project give you tokens, say like Actuate tokens. And so your money is still the same. It has just changed its format from fiat currency into what? Into token, into crypto tokens, which is also money. And what's very powerful about the crypto tokens is that they are so fungible and they are tradable. So you can put them in the marketplace, build liquidity pools, and put them in decentralized exchanges. And even when people are trading with them, they are going to appraise in value. So that private money you wanted to have is still private. So you can now fund public goods but remain private while funding public goods. So the blockchain solves that problem that was producing the tragedy of the common in terms of public good funding. The blockchain solves the problem of funding public good projects when remaining private, because it allows you to be private and participate in public good funding. Because when you participate in public good funding, you receive tokens, like Actuate tokens. Those tokens are liquid and they can be they can now be sold in the market and traded. Now we ask ourselves the question here, why we're here today is about women health. What does that mean for women health? Is what Kip Korea has told us, Mr. Matthew Kip Korea, that this type of public good, women, I think you could say women are like the custodians of the public good, because they make things happen, things that women do. The work of women is public good, like raising children, giving birth to children. They're not giving that for their own private pleasure. Woman does not have babies and children for her own private pleasure. It's a public good. Even raising a child is not for her own private pleasure. You have heard that it takes a village to raise a child. That's a public good. So a child is a public good. And so raising children is a public good. Okay? And maintaining the cleanliness of homes, and feeding the families and feeding the communities, it's public good. All the work that women do are public good. But because, as you have heard, the society has grown from the time of Adam to wants to sequester everything to become private, so that you can show off. But now that problem goes away with the blockchain. That the work of women, which is most of it is public good, now gains access to funding through the blockchain, because blockchain recognizes public good and treats it as if it were private good. Okay, because human beings, no matter what you do, whether you like it or not, they are going to want to make everything private, because everybody wants to make money. If that is a problem, because you cannot spend your life trying to convince human beings to be different than the way they are, because the human nature is that way. So instead of now us worrying about how to convince men and women, let's say humans, to stop thinking about private and make everything public, so you don't have to worry about that. Forget about that worry. You can remain private and be a private investor, but in public good projects. And you make money through the blockchain itself. And this is what this idea is actually spinning the heads of the traditional finance people. And they're trying to look for many ways of making this thing look dirty and illegal. Because they can say, how can you be holding crypto Actuate tokens, which is actually appraising in value, and it's funding healthcare and human development, and it's funding public good projects? How can you do that? It's like a sin according to them. No, it's a solution from the tragedy of the commons. It's a solution to the tragedy of the commons, where private is overemphasized, which creates tragedy, that people lose sight of the bigger picture, or the greater good. They lose sight of that because each one of them wants to be very, very wealthy individually. But what you're saying with the blockchain, each one would be very, very wealthy individually, at the same time contribute to the private good funding, so that we don't have to, on the blockchain economy, this economy of the future, which we have to make sure we work very hard, is going to unlock a lot of resources to find access to clean water, access to healthcare services, access to education, access to environmental services, environmental maintenance, even access to vet services for animal health, and access to all this knowledge translation, which are doing research and development translation. So that's what I wanted to add in this event, so we understand that we have got the tools and technology to move from tragedy of the commons to festival of the commons through the blockchain. All right, that's it. Back to you. Yeah, back to you, Delphine.
Okay, thank you so much, Daktari, for those additional points and comments regarding the topic of identifying public goods for women in the One Health context. You have also shown us that how blockchain plays in a major role in identifying public goods and how, by using it, we'll unlock many resources such as access to clean water, and healthy environment. So thank you so much, Daktari, for those remarks. So with that, I allow if you have any question or additional comments, kindly post it on our chat box, or you can raise your hand. So if you like to speak. Meanwhile, as I am waiting your question, I'd like to call upon Augustine Narokwe to give us presentation of Actuate Pre-Boston Nairobi Summit. Augustine, you are welcome.
Thank you so much, Dolphin, and hi everyone, and good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. So I would love to talk about the summit, the Actuate Pre-Boston Nairobi Summit. As we all know, we're organizing a summit this coming December, and our theme is using artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, and decentralized finance to improve health and human development. And the conference will be as from 3rd to 6th December this year, 2024, at Kenyatta University. And we are aiming to bring together various stakeholders from technology fields, health sector, and also those who are passionate about human development, like what we are doing right now here in African Women in Decentralized Finance project. So this summit will offer an opportunity for us to network. This is a good opportunity for you to interact with leading minds in the industry, both technology, from Web 1 to Web 3, and also health and human development organizations. So you will get to interact, and even those people we are inviting, and even organizations we are inviting, this is a good platform for them to network. The other benefit is we will get to understand what we usually do at Actuate Biomedicine. What is our mission? How do we do it? And what is its significance in Africa and also the entire world? For instance, the last day, that is day 4, which is date 6, it will be on Friday. As from 2 p.m. East African time, we will have a discussion about what is African women and African women in decentralized finance faucet. What is its significance, and how do we do it? And all this work we are doing right now together, you guys supporting Dolphin, will be presented that day. You'll get to understand all the faucets and how we do things. The other benefit, of course, is to get to hear the details about the upcoming Premier Summit, which will take place next year at Boston next year, July. So so now, how can you be part of us? One, you can come as an attendee. You can just visit our website. I'm sharing after this. our website link. Go there and register as an attendee to come and listen and learn about how these three emerging technologies are aiming to revolutionize our health care sector and also the human development endeavors. You can also come as a poster presenter. And I see a good number here really love hearing about women empowerment. So you can come with a topic to present in a poster discussing about how artificial intelligence can empower women, how artificial intelligence, how blockchain technology and decentralized finance mechanisms can empower women. Yeah. So you can come as a poster presenter and you'll get a very awesome poster. We'll have a chance to be, you will have a chance to present your poster. And I will have to quote the time at exactly 3:30 p.m. up to 4 that Friday, up to 4 p.m. East African time. We'll have to hear you standing beside your poster and talking to us about how your case study or maybe your research finding on how these three technologies can help our women, both in Africa and beyond, continue holding the entire sky, not half, but entire. The third way you can participate in this is as a speaker, and you just visit our website and register as a speaker and submit your topic of discussion, and you get to prepare. It's around 4 months from now. It's enough time. So you can also come as a speaker. Progress so far, the past few months, we've been really working so hard to invite speakers, and I would love to report that we have more than 80 speakers right now. That is a very good progress, and we all should clap for ourselves. Now we have embarked, I think, 3 weeks ago on our sponsors invitation phase. And as we all know, I think we've been mentioning all this, that the sponsors challenge is still on. And we still reminding you that be part of this, invite sponsors, those organizations who want to partner with us to make this summit more powerful and successful. They can join us. And the challenge is there for us to invite them. The packages are there for you to tell them so that they can decide which one they want to buy. And upon them buying, you yourself get a 5% commission. And for that case, I would just love to highlight the packages. We have the diamond package, which is going at $10,000. We have platinum package, which is going at $7,500. We have gold package, which is going at $5,000. And we have silver package, which is going at $3,000. And now finally the bronze package, which is going at $1,000. And also they can come. Individuals, organizations can come and showcase their services or products. That is exhibition, so they can come as exhibitors. Exhibition booth are going at $1,000. So it's just a very enough, an adequate space for exhibition, which is going at very low money, $1,000. Yes, and so that is it. Let's continue working together, support Dolphin, so that we can be together during the summit and hear more about what goes on here. Public goods topic, quadratic funding, amazing topics. So that is it for now, and thank you so much for your continual support. Let's continue working together, and thank you so much for joining us every time. Blessing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Augustine, for giving us the update of Actuate pre Boston Nairobi Summit. Yeah, so just to add on the sponsor, we have also added the title sponsor, which goes for $100,000. Yeah, so and the other thing, we also have the pre-implementation form. I hope you have seen the form. So yeah, this form is to show that your voice matter. So it's a short questionnaire to help us understand what will make this summit most valuable and meaningful to you. So make sure to fill that form, and also make sure to be visiting our website to know our latest update regarding the summit. So with that, Doc, do you have anything to add on the summit or?
On summit, as usual, yeah, as usual, I've got lots of things to add, but I'm going to add just a few of those so that people don't get overload. One thing is to the summit. I think it's going to be very beautiful place because you're going to have a full workshop on women, full workshop. That means from day 1 to day 4, but day 4 will be the final note when you say how what have we learned throughout that 1 year. We're doing the Learn to Earn program, and then we say what is the way forward. So I believe that that day, the final day, you'll be hearing reports about what we do here forward, because we have understood that women are the custodians of public good. That is what metaphorically is known as the entire sky. So the sky is public good, by the way, because if the sky was to fall upon us, then we are going to crash to death. Women are holding the sky so it doesn't fall on us. So that you could say is the primary public good project women are doing. And of course, they have not been recognized for that. So the festival of the commons, we shall celebrate it now in real festival on the day of the summit. So be ready. Well, come with your appetite. Okay? Don't leave your appetite home, because it's gonna be a festival where we're gonna be feasting on understanding public good. So now you bring to the summit, you bring all your imagination, because you're gonna need copious quantities of imagination. What you're talking about is imagine the future they truly want. Bring it there to the summit. Full imagination. Don't leave some imagination at home. That's not a good idea. Come and share your imagination. Because what you imagine, the vision of the future we truly want, where we are working together in a festival of the commons. As I have told you, that the blockchain has made possible for creating festivals of the common instead of having the tragedy of the common. The blockchain is the substrate for the festival of the commons. Okay, so you want to come with your imagination. Come with sucks. Let's say boatloads of imagination, imagining the future we truly want, because we want to create that future. You can come there in multiple ways. One, as Augustine said, you can come there as a speaker, share your imagination of the future. Or you can create posters, also share your imagination of the future. And then while doing that, you come in, invite vendors to come and exhibit, people who make products that would be pleasing, would be of good value to women. Yeah, and this rate from basic use, self-hygiene products to products that make life easy for women at home, even in school, and even at work, everywhere. And these products are many, many, many. Talk to manufacturers, people who have products, whether they import products or not. For example, today I was speaking to my friend, and he told me that he's working for those companies that export flowers from Naivasha. They grow Naivasha flowers and then they export them to Europe, and then eventually they end up in the United States. So flowers coming from Naivasha were grown by men and women of Naivasha. When they reach Europe, they change their name from Kenyan flowers. Actually, they don't even reach Europe. Just before they leave the airport in Nairobi, they change their name from Kenyan flowers to Holland flowers, as if they come from Holland. So by the time they are reaching New York City, people of New York do not know those flowers are coming from where? From Naivasha. And all the women in Naivasha never get to benefit from the Holland flowers. Yeah, because Holland, they're not in Holland. Naivasha is not Holland. So why am I saying this? That people grow flowers so they can do what? Flowers are not even food. You don't eat them, but they help to hold the sky somewhere. Even such companies, we want them to come to the summit and they can become big sponsors of certain things. But you have people who are providing services to the flower companies, and some people who help in the production of flowers, and you can know them. So what I'm saying, these businesses are just local, and that's what one of the business, because you see, flowers are agriculture. So there's a lot of agricultural companies involved in flowers production, and such companies, you want to invite them to the summit. And what it's this time around, because what you have gone this far, as Augustine was saying, that you need to clap for the whole team, the Actuate Nation, is we have managed to get a lot of people who have agreed to come and speak at the summit. And the speakers list is still growing. In fact, right now it's close to 90. I think it's not more than 90 already. 90 people. These are high profile people coming to speak. And so this also, attending the summit gives the opportunity to you to network with these high profile people. People you only wish that you can meet them, but then voila, they are just in front of you at the summit and you're sharing the same table. That is power of a summit like this. So, and you can make money while doing that. And you can even help us invite more people that you would like to see by completing that form that Dolphin has talked about. So Dolphin, post that form. It's called a pre-implementation questionnaire, pre-implementation evaluation form. The reason we call it that, it helps us to understand how to implement the summit even better to suit your needs. In that form, there's a third question that says, give us an idea who else must be in the meeting must be the summit, in order for the summit to be meaningful to you, to be of greatest value to you. Don't hesitate. Write as many names as you can, and then we go out and invite those people for you. We invite them for you. We invite them for you. Okay? That's how networking happens. When you invite them for you, they'll show up there. All you have to do now yourself is to show up. Don't get us to invite your friends, people you wish to know, and then you don't show up. That's not a good thing, okay? We invite those people. We are going to tell you that we shall invite those people for you, because we have the summit, and the summit has the power to get those people to come on your behalf. Okay? And those are the people you always wish that you would see, but you do not know how to get them. We shall get them. The summit is going to get them. The summit is going to get them. So that's what you want to get in your head, in your mind, in your consciousness. The summit will get them for you. Yes. And why the summit attracts people like that, because the summit is a phenomenon that is very attractive to a lot of people. They want to come and network, but above all, they want to come and see you. They want to come and meet you. Yes. Why do they want to see you? People like that are looking for talents. And you're one very talented person, just in case nobody told you that. That's why you're here. If you didn't have talent, you would be here. You wouldn't be here. So you're a very talented person. That person wants to meet you, but he doesn't know you. But he can know you if you say, help me know this person. So that's how the summit, you begin networking today with that form, okay? Networking. But then by saying, who would you like, who, can you invite for me the following people? Yeah, or can you invite people for me, the people in following organizations? Then you put a list of organizations that you want to see there in that meeting. Okay. So back to you, Dolphin.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Doc, thank you for those additional remarks. Yeah, so if there's no question or no comment, yeah, so I think I'll be closing the meeting. So thank you everyone for joining today's meeting. It was really a pleasure having you all through this meeting. I'd like to thank our speaker for today, Matthew, for his wonderful presentation. And also I'd like to thank the CEO of Actuate Biomedicine, Dr. Macharia Ruingi, for making time for us through this meeting. We really appreciate you. And yeah, I'd also like to thank Augustina Rocque for the presentation of Actuate Pre-Boston Nairobi Summit. Thank you so much, Augustine. And also thank you everyone for joining today. I hope today's lesson has been so impactful to each and every one of you. So next Tuesday, yeah, we were supposed to discuss mechanism for retroactive funding in DeFi for women and One Health. So sorry, we'll be shifting to that topic. We'll be discussing how technology is reshaping women careers and women careers, since we'll be having our guest speaker who is specialized in tech and digitalization. Her name is Sylvia Caberia. So she will be our topic master next Tuesday. So yeah, bear with me. Yeah, next Tuesday we'll be discussing how technology is reshaping women careers. So thank you so much once again. And yeah, I'll give you a few minutes to fill the form. Yeah, so the meeting is adjourned.